to another episode on my channel. I'm Dylan, this is Linguini. She is a Central American boa constrictor, or BCI boa. She's about 4 years old and she's getting some recreational time. Linguini's probably about 4 years old now. I've had her since she was just a tiny little snake. Now, I'm no boa expert, but I've looked at lots of images, and the closest locality boas that I could come to find that she looks most similar to looks like what's called the Cocker Key Island boas, and they're a dwarf locality. They come off the coast of Belize, which is in Central America, and there's like small islands. Usually snakes from smaller islands tend to be a little more on the smaller size due to less food sources. Yeah, this girl's not that big. She's maybe only 3.5 feet long, and I'm just trying to make sure I have a real slow growth rate on her. You don't want to overfeed your boas. You really want them to have a nice muscular and boxy kind of body build. So she maybe only eats maybe once every 2 weeks roughly. So I just wanted to drop a video and give you guys a little bit of a rundown what's been happening here in the reptile room, some of my latest projects. Kind of just everything that's been going on in my life lately. Today is Monday, and yesterday I had a show at the local zoo here in Alamogordo. My friend who usually hosts the show on Sundays, the last Sunday of every month, she was really sick, so she asked me if I could fill in for her and cover the show, so I was more than happy to do that. Anytime where I could get people in front of me to talk about my amazing animals, like, boy, it's kind of hard to get me to stop talking. So it turned out to be a pretty good crowd. There was maybe at least 15 to 20 people that showed up, and a lot of my students, so everyone got some pretty unique hands-on experiences. I think I provided some pretty excellent quality education, I think. So I'll be starting my own show. I reached out to the education coordinator at the zoo, and I just got to get a schedule going, so I'm not sure if I want to do maybe the last Saturday of every month, if I want to do it bi-weekly, or what that looks like, or what I'm willing to commit to right now with my busy schedule. Lately, I won't lie, school's kind of consuming me, and it's getting kind of nuts. Between teaching all my 5th graders and then taking my own master's classes, it's been a lot to keep up with again. And it sucks because I'm the kind of person that I want to pour 100% into everything that I do, and when I start getting like spread too thin and I'm not able to give each task and everything my 100% and I start falling behind, that's when I start feeling pretty just not good and disappointed. But you know, we're just taking things day by day, you know, you just gotta keep trucking along and keep putting your best foot forward. That's really all you can do. See, Linguini's been doing good in this habitat. I'm actually in the middle of constructing her a new enclosure build. This is a 20-gallon long front opening, and I'm going to put Looney, my milk snake, she was just out a moment ago. She's been hiding a whole lot, and she just recently shed, but she's a beautiful Lamprepeltis triangulum campbelly. She's like red, black, and high white colorations. But yeah, this 20-gallon is just maybe a little small for her, so she's getting another upgrade, 40-gallon. Let me show you what that looks like. So this here is going to be Looney's new enclosure. With most reptiles, it's probably best to just have something that's front opening like this. Usually when you have enclosures where you have to enter from above, that's kind of something that predators do. So when you at least enter from the side, it's less intimidating for them. But we'll be doing a whole enclosure build on this tank here. I've been doing lots of foaming, lots of carving, lots of incorporating a nice water feature. I can't wait to test this and see what that's going to look like. It's going to be very jungly. We got a couple of different hides here, and I've been creating like a lot of these like bricks here, and I figured I'm going to try and go for like a Aztec Mayan temple kind of style theme here. I'm going to construct like a brick temple on the second level here, and then she's going to have just like jungly kind of vines and warm hide back in there. Multiple caves, multiple places to hide, lots of space to climb. The lights just went out in this enclosure, but Andromeda, my children's python, Antaresia childreni, will be going in the enclosure that Looney is in, and that'll be just much better. I want to get rid of like these tanks that don't open from the front. I always have to open it from the top, and that's always a pain. Let's check on some of these ball pythons here real quick. Well, I have no idea what Hula is doing here. This is Hula. She is a bamboo royal python. The yellow lights in here kind of don't really show her true colors, but she's got some kind of very unique and pretty kind of greenish sort of colorations on her, and I love her dorsal pattern. Very dramatic. There's that little face. So she's a little timid and skittish. This one has some unique things going on with her, like she just has a little more preferences than the other ball pythons that I have. Like I have to keep a second hide in here so she has something touching all parts of her body so she feels nice and secure. Otherwise she don't want to eat nothing. Ooh, back up there. Ooh, yeah, he was coming out quick. He probably smells food too. This is Danger Noodle. He's the dad of the first clutch of babies that I ever produced. Kind of just goes to show that these are actually quite confident animals. Like, they're not all that skittish, especially once they get, like, accustomed to people. See, he's just coming on right out to see what's going on. Alright, we'll put him away. Now, all these guys are, like, coming flying out of their tubs. This is Vegeta, the banana ball python, and he suspects that maybe there's food now, too. Ooh, back it up. You guys will have to check out one of my last videos, because Vegeta, check out my last ball python feeding video, because this guy almost took a chunk out of me. Got one of the babies right here, 1.5 years old, a citrus pastel. Got another citrus pastel. I have 3 more citrus pastels and 3 more normals. So I gotta sell some of these babies. Then here's Big Mama right here. So Cleo's the biggest specimen that I have in my collection. I think last time I weighed her she was around 3,500 to 3,800 grams. So she's just got a wonderful personality. Once you get her out, she's just like a little social butterfly. So yeah, it's so important to give your animals like the most that you could possibly give them, and a lot of these guys have had for quite a while now, and they're getting some size on them, so lately it's been a lot of upgrading. I do always recommend to people, if you're interested in getting any kind of animal, even if it's a cat or dog, know what you're getting yourself into. Ask yourself those important questions like, are you going to be able to keep up with the maintenance and the care? How long is the animal going to live? Can you keep up with that? Do you have plans to move? Do you move around a whole lot? Is it going to be hard to take your animals with you? You know, you have to think about quite a bit of things before taking on animals. Even all my 5th graders, they're like, Mr. Schultz, I want a lizard, oh, I want a ball python, I want a bearded dragon. It's like, okay, well, let me ask you a question. Do you want to clean the poopies? Do you want to pay for the lighting and feed it every day and all those things? And they're just like, oh, I didn't know you had to do all that. It's like, well, yeah. So again, you just got to think all of those things, and if you're serious and you do lots of research and you really know your stuff and you're committed and prepared to doing it, then why not? Because animals, they just enrich your lives in ways that I can't even begin to describe what they've done for me. I always tell people that I feel like my animals have really saved me in a way, because before I started my channel, I thought I just had really bad social anxiety. I always did find it kind of difficult to just talk to people. And then I would bring Philo, my old bearded dragon, or just any of my bearded dragons in the past to, like, say, the store to go grocery shopping. We'd go around and they'd pick out their lettuces and things, and people would stop and like, oh, hey, is that a lizard? Like, or an iguana? The people who are not reptile people always think that any lizard is an iguana. But that was a good icebreaker. People would stop me and want to talk to me, and it was something that I was passionate about, and progressively I kind of just stopped caring so much about what I thought people were thinking about me, and I just got over a lot of those anxieties. And when you want something badly enough in this world, you genuinely want to do it. I'm like introverted at heart, but I try to be extroverted. So if you want those things and you work at it, it can most certainly happen. So yeah, just really busy as usual. School's going great. It's a lot of work. Just trying to keep my head above water, really. But everything is just fine. All the animals are doing great. Still educating, and I'm still trying to keep up with the channel. Which, by the way, thank you so much to all my new subscribers and all of my continued subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. We're almost at 700 subscribers, then about 300 more till we can get to 1,000, and at that point I could monetize my channel, which essentially means YouTube will recognize me. They'll say, hey, people enjoy your content. You have 1,000 subscribers, you have lots of hours watched, people love watching your videos. We want to put ads in your videos so then I can start getting ad revenue, and really I'm not trying to make a lot of money off of this hobby, this passion of mine. I'd be happy if I even just got it to a place where it starts paying for itself. So, but that takes just putting myself out there, doing more shows, I have another art show coming up in 2 weeks. I've been doing the first Friday in Las Cruces about once a month, and last time was pretty slow because there was a lot of other festivals going on, so we'll see if this time's any better. So if you just so happen to be in Las Cruces the first Friday of October, come on down to Main Street. And alright, so that's just a quick rundown of kind of generally what's been happening here. I'm going to go ahead and put this little girl away and try and get everybody fed here, and then I got some homework to do. Thank you guys again so much for supporting my channel. My name is Dylan, this is Linguini. Be safe in this crazy world of ours, and we will see you in the next one.